Today we're back home in Tennessee, just minutes from Leaper's Fork here in Franklin. And just the setting and arrival of this property is an experience within itself. And we got here early this morning. We pulled through those gates up a long driveway, nearly a mile long. And then you get to the top of this hill and then the whole property below just reveals itself. And for a moment, it really does feel like you stepped into a storybook because of just the layering of the rolling hills of Tennessee, the sun rays filtering through all the fog and the hollows and the valleys. It's just honestly stunning. And for a moment, it really did just take my breath away. And I was up there filming with the drone, just like trying to both appreciate the beauty, but then also try to get the shot. So there was a lot of focus this morning, but here we are on this circular motor court. There's parking behind me, just the pebble beneath your feet when you're walking around this property. Everything is stimulating your senses between the sounds, and speaking of the sounds, if I just pause here for a moment, that's the best part, you hear nothing. You hear nothing, just birds. It really is your own little sanctuary. I mean, we're on nearly 100 acres, so it's just you out here. And your animals, which are set below in those gated areas, which they've added those equestrian structures down below in that valley. And then they've also converted the party barn. It used to just be a normal barn, now it's for parties. And then the main house in 2016. So everything is fresh, it's new, it's really, I don't think it's ever been lived in as well. So everything is pretty much turnkey. You could move in tomorrow, just bring your pillow. I mean, not even that, they have pillows here too. Just move in. Toothbrush, bring a toothbrush.
That's all you need.
That's kind of the idea, yeah. It's all I would need. But you go on these limestone pavers up to the main porch. Everything's done in wood, but in this nice just charcoal finish. And everything is uniform through all the structures. Everything's done the same between either wooden shingles or the metal roof as well. But here, before we get into the main home tour, I wanted to give a big thank you to Tom Sullivan, owner of Covey Rise Properties here in Tennessee, for opening up the doors of Little Fawn Farm. And with that, let's go up these weathered wooden steps to the main entrance, and I think Tika is gonna lead this tour today. That's like the best thing about being home, is we get to bring Tika. I mean, we love bringing her everywhere. She, I think, enjoys coming. We ran her a lot on the RTV earlier, just around the property getting shots. She loved it, now she's zonked. So I guess I'll continue the tour here, but you got the swings on both sides. Just imagine being here. And this is where you start your mornings and end your evenings. I mean, just with a cup of coffee, morning or night, enjoying this view. But now let's go check out the inside of the main residence here, which is a 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom setup with just over 3,000 square feet. So a lot of threes in that sentence, but you can also build on to this farm. So there's a lot of opportunity to expand and turn into a generational compound. After all, this is your own little world here on just under 100 acres. So there's approved plans for 12 bedrooms, I believe, and you can also build 3 additional structures onto here. So really anything you want, anything you can dream up here on the farm. But right here in the living room, I mean, it's truly the great room. The soaring ceilings, 2 heights, the windows follow, and just picture different, just stunning moments around the property with just endless views. But here behind the couch and all the plaid chairs, just has so much character and warmth, and it just adds a little bit of soul to this room. On the shelves, the pottery, the weathered books, just makes this space feel older than it actually is. And all the interior design was done by Lisa Luby Ryan. So she pulled these different textures and these little mementos from different journeys that she's gone on to France, to England, and brought them all here to Tennessee. And again, just the character of the fireplace, the wooden mantle, and all the antlers around us that you're gonna notice. So you're gonna see those throughout the tour. Now, heading towards this staircase, you notice as you look up, it's all exposed and it leads all the way up to the primary suite, which is at the very top. It just has incredible views on the 3rd level here. And each level is done intentionally. So this is the living and landing. The second, just for creating for separation and just intention, right? You've got 2 more bedrooms, the shared bathroom. And then of course at the very top, like I said, those views just get better and better. But again, very intentional as you go across these painted wood floors. You just feel that character beneath your feet, right? And then we step into the kitchen. So the kitchen has this muted gray stone on the countertops here, and it peninsulas out, just so much space for obviously having shareables and everything right here. I can imagining just Thanksgiving spread, just like right here, and everyone's enjoying the grounds here at the farm. But industrial pendant fixtures hanging above, the grass cloth, just so much texture and warmth and character, right? Very character driven here in this home. But the glazed tile, even on the backsplash, just so much movement and organic qualities here in this space, but everything's just done in fresh white and just done really, really well. But over here, we've got the dining table, just that rustic quality. Once again, everything just feels reclaimed and repurposed here in this home with the iron chandelier, with that farmhouse quality from the lampshades here. And I love the little seats and that nook overlooking the patio space. And I think Tika hopefully is out there still. Otherwise, we definitely lost her. But let's now move up the staircase. I mean, look at the sun coming through. It's beautiful. You can open up all these windows right here. You just feel that breeze come in. You can watch people come down here as well on that long twisting driveway that's nearly a mile long. But now here on the landing, you have that jute once again beneath your feet, which is guiding us up each level on those stair runners. We're getting a closer look at those 2-tier chandeliers now. And as I look up, I'm also noticing where the wall and the ceiling meet, just a subtle curvature. And it just adds for a level of sophistication back to this room. And I also love how we can still see straight out the windows thanks to those extremely tall windows that we saw down below. So just so many different materials, and that same organic warmth is brought back up onto this landing as we step inside these 2 bedrooms. So right in the middle, you have a shared bathroom. That natural stone follows beneath your feet, just those textures, the warmth again. The wallpaper made of flowers and birds, just like what we see from outside. So the inspiration is out every single window and just wrapped in marble inside here in that walk-in shower. But each bedroom mirror each other. They're exactly the same, but one has more of a sunrise view and one has more of the sunset view. So you can kind of pick and choose which room you like, but you have just those brass touches on the hardware, on the pendants, just throughout. So well done, beautiful everywhere you turn. As we go up one more level, the views, like I said, just increase. We're now at the tops of some of the trees and even above some of the trees that they planted here. You can just watch anyone who comes down that driveway. And you have some reclaimed doors here as well on both the primary suite and the ensuite itself. But here on our 3rd level landing, we step up into the primary suite through a couple barn doors. And I just love all the different vintage things they've pulled and put into this home just to give it a bit more character. And just that organic theme continues with this woven wrapped chandelier hanging above your king size bed. So you've got a lot of volume up here in the primary suite. And they just added for more texture and an acoustical change as well, just gonna help with any sort of reverb. You've got upholstered walls as well. So everything's textured, and you'll see those different grass cloths and just natural materials throughout this home. But I love the vaulted ceilings in here and how much natural light you get every bit and part of the day. It's beautiful. But we're gonna step over into the ensuite, and they've actually added a lot of little spaces for expanding those similar barn doors also here in the ensuites. And I love how they've made for kind of these invisible shelves in here. So behind the shiplap, you have great storage in here. You can hang things up in there as well to store whatever you can't fit in your vanity. But you have a walk-in closet here with a thoughtful window placement. And even the powder room has upholstered. So textures, just those organic touches everywhere. More hidden shelving behind this wall. And then in the walk-in shower, just natural stones everywhere. They've really made use of every corner to maximize your space in here. But you've got one vanity here and another over here. And I also wanted to point out that the outlets also, they've gone the extra length to add detail even on the outlets. So it just blends in, and they've got those everywhere on the switches. But now we're gonna head down and go to the Secrets underground tunnel. It's not gonna be much of a secret after we show you, but it sounds more fun.
And like Gavin pointed out earlier, this is the staircase that takes you down to your not so secret tunnel to your party barn. And over here to my left is a good flex space, bonus room, office, anything that you could imagine. And then Harry Potter's bedroom under the staircase there.
No, like actually.
Closet here, and then a good spot to, you know, take off your shoes if you're coming in from the party barn and going back into your main residence. Full laundry here, and look at how pretty this tile is.
Even down here, they've got details.
Mm-hmm. And then,
here we go.
This is where the vibe switches. I love all the weathered wood as you walk up the stairs into your party barn. Same farmhouse aesthetic in the powder bathroom, and then a place to drop your coats or your saddle. And then over here, this is probably one of my favorite features, besides the horses that we'll see later.
Right.
Up here in your loft, you've got this ladder right here that slides all the way out. So it's a lot more easy to climb than straight up vertically. But I could imagine putting like, I don't know, a DJ booth up there. What would you put
I think
up there?
so. I think that's where the party continues.
Oh yeah. And then back here in this room right here, right now you just have a nice little window seat set up, but I could imagine turning this into your bunk room.
Oh, easily. That's the spot to do it right.
Oh yeah, it'd be such a fun vibe. There's so much natural light and air coming in through these ginormous garage doors that are on both sides of the party barn. And look at how cool these chandeliers are on both sides.
That is wild. I've never seen so many antlers in one place.
How many deer?
I know, I'm like, how many deer, moose, elk?
Over here, you have a nice little game table so you can play whatever your favorite game is. Open up these doors that go out to your patio and you have stunning views of your horses and whatever farm animals you may have. You have this really nice seating area, and I can imagine turning on the game and opening these doors and just having a great night. But I think it's so fun that this barn used to have horses before they converted it to the party barn.
Yeah, you would never be able to tell this was a working barn just because the tile floors, everything just feels extremely high end, like they just finished it yesterday.
It really does. And you have this nice little seating nook. So I can imagine, honestly, like having my breakfast here. I feel like this is the perfect spot to have an iced coffee and watch my horses out there. That's what I'd be doing.
Look at Tika just passed out.
Tika is exhausted. We've been running her the entire time and she's ready for a nap. She's a city girl.
Yeah, she loves it here though. She doesn't want to be a city girl.
No, she doesn't. In here is the kitchen, and it softly mimics the one in the main house. And I just love all the rustic touches, and look at how beautiful these doors are.
The doors almost look identical to the ones that are in the primary suite that we saw earlier. And look at the rug that Lydia's stepping on. It's actually integrated seamlessly into the tile. And I've been seeing that throughout this home tour, and it's something I haven't seen, but I'm really liking it.
And out here, this is just honestly the perfect place to host your friends, family, because you have your pizza oven, your grill, so you can be cooking up burgers, pizza. You have a little seating area over here. And now across your limestone pavers, this is where you're ending your night with your favorite people, having a bonfire, and of course, enjoying some s'mores.
And there's another fire pit just like this one, very, 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 very far over there by the watering hole, just past the deer stand. And there's just a cool moment happening over there, which we'll also check out after we check out the barns down below.
But I think we're gonna hop in the Polaris first to get down there.
Down to the barn.
Woo!
So there's a lot to this property we haven't explored yet, but we're down here with Tom with Covey Rise Properties. And how does this property live different than some of the other listings you guys have done in the past?
Yeah, we're fortunate to do some really crazy, cool properties. I think we've got like 140 million in active listings right now, but this one just has such different little worlds and vibes. Always being in the woods and everything, and I just have a love and affinity for land, and that's my niche. I just love land, love the vibe you get being out here. I'm very fortunate to do a lot of properties that are just unique. Everyone's different. I'm fortunate to sell a finite resource. We could be in your 20,000 square foot house you built. I can build that in every state in America. I can't rebuild this. And people ask me for comps on stuff. I'm like, what? Like, there's no comps. Like, everyone's different. This is what it costs if you want your client's name on the deed. If you can go reproduce 97 acres, I'll be your first investor.
I mean, walking over, you have the fountain. I mean, so much less greenery here too, and then all the different structures that make up this property. And there's still so much you can even expand onto, you're saying.
Yeah, there's a approved 12-bedroom perk site, so you don't have to build 12 bedrooms. You could split that. You can actually build up to 5 single-family homes as long as they're 100 feet apart, which is, you obviously got the room for that.
Yeah.
So it'd be an amazing family compound as well, and that's huge now, multi-generational.
And we have a viewer over here. Let's see. Let's see if we can get the horse to come over to us. That'd be fun. This is one of the fun things about touring homes like this. Tika's like, that's a really big dog.
I would build on that rise right down there because you're facing sunset back here. It also creates a separation from all of this area. But then your backyard, do stone stairs down. Spring that feeds it is actually on the property, and there's a pond, and then it overflows into a 12-foot deep natural swimming hole. So it's spring water, even in the heat of summer, which it does get hot here in the summer. That water is about 53 degrees because it's spring water.
Wow, okay, so you always have a place to cool off.
Yeah, and then one layer past that, at the base of that hill, that far tree line down there you own is Murphy's Creek. So you've got a fishable stream, live water, that has smallmouth bass, largemouth, brim, and you still got the front field. You've got 10 acres out front.
Wow.
Possibilities of the next person creating something.
So you're pretty much just limited with your imagination, that's it. Now that we're down here, I wanted to point out first, the obvious, how beautiful it is down here with all the rose bushes and just the lush greenery that we have everywhere here during springtime in Tennessee, but also the convenience of having a circular motor court where all your equipment is. So just under 100 acres, like we've mentioned a few times now, there's a lot of maintenance that comes along with that. So having all your heavy duty equipment out here, it's nice just to have everything spread out. So we've got a lot of space to do so. And just above, you have your dedicated donkey barn. So there's heat lamps and just everything you might need when maintaining and having donkeys. So you've got that right here. And then you also have a couple garages that lift up and reveal a workspace area and a bathroom in there as well. And it's fully furnished. I mean, everything is like what you might expect inside of a home, but down here at the barns. And just aside your entrance, you have your workshop garage where you can store all of your tools neatly and all your equipment safely. But right here at the entrance, more of that natural limestone just everywhere, and these pink climbing roses, just so much lush greenery here as we're nearing summer here in Tennessee. And it just, it really does feel like your private little world, like we've been saying. I love all the roses just climbing the other barn right here. I mean, there's so many little gated areas. You can have so many different types of animals all at once here. I mean, that's what this home was really built for, was just bringing your favorite animals together and just giving them the best life possible. I mean, this is a sanctuary, really, for you and your animals. So this pathway leads you to another motor court just off your 4-bay showroom. So this is perfect for a car collector, and you've got a few fun cars in there like the Bronco you saw earlier, and a few fun others, a Corvette, I believe. So a lot of fun stuff. And being able to look back up from your home from here, I just love this vantage point. It's a great sight line through all these different trees as the sun begins to set here. And they've got a fountain, just kind of hitting that big reset button. And I just love hearing this, and then hearing the pebbles beneath your feet as we walk through the garden. All you see is your land here, by the way. No neighbors, it's literally just you out here. And here's where I'd imagine you'd have someone performing live music right here as everyone has seating on the flat grassy areas, and you and your animals are just having a hangout sesh and watching the show underneath this pavilion out here, or setting a table up. I mean, it's perfect for anything. It could even be like an event space. I could imagine someone having a wedding here easily. And this is, I don't know how to describe it other than like over the top. I mean, they literally went through so much extensive work to making sure the horses felt like pampered. Here you have one of 2 wash stations here in the barn and a 14 by 14 horse stall. I mean, this is so oversized, but it's amazing, and that's kind of the point here, right? A little bougie, but I've seen people put chickens, donkeys, all sorts of animals in here. My preference would be just a bunch of Tikas, just a bunch of German Shepherds. Just have a German Shepherd farm, that would be amazing. And then this is a proper working farm, right? So ranch hands can have their offices separated right here behind those sliding barn doors. And straight ahead, just more views of those gated pastures on both my left and right. But straight ahead, you're gonna notice even more stalls. I mean, all under roof here, not including HVAC, you have almost 12,000 square feet of just covered space, and even more room to expand. But now, since the sun is dipping behind the hill here, We're gonna get some firewood and go down by the watering hole and end the night here at Little Fawn Farm.